Hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Cognition, an Erica Reed thriller. In the last episode, we were sifting through Robert's memories, trying to help him remember the last time he saw his wife. And I noticed something whilst I was editing. I thought that Sully said that October 12th was a Saturday. He actually said that it was a Sunday. So that would mean the last time he saw Sarah was actually on the 8th. There we go. So, is this right now?
No, that's not right.
Okay. I also want to try 0312. Because this is his and Sarah's time, in case you missed the last episode. I thought that maybe it was their birthdays.
No, that's not right.
Okay. The next thing I thought of, well, actually it was my boyfriend Adam. He thought of maybe it could be their anniversary, and he also helped me because American dates confuse me. So we thought that it could be 10:02.
No, that's not right.
I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to brute force this. I don't want to brute force this. I can't believe that the game wouldn't give some way of figuring out what Robert and Sarah's time was. I don't understand why we can't just... Like, everything else, I get. We can't just be like, Robert, I'm searching your memories. What was her dress colour? Because he'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to complain and I'm going to have your badge removed. Like, I get that, but why can't we show him the cassette player and just say, what did you mean about your and Sarah's time?
Robert, I want you to listen to this and tell me if it brings back any memories.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night? Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. But I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Any information you can give me from here?
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
What about the note? What did the note say?
I don't remember. Don't you wish sometimes we could go back in time? I would have never left her that night.
What would I need to reenact that time?
Okay, I'm guessing I must not have tried the tape recorder with Robert after being able to cog him. Oh. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Do it! What is this?
This is obviously a suicide. At least it'll pass as one. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as long as I have, you'll learn to pick the big cases from the ones that'll only suck up your resources and not go anywhere. We'll talk more outside.
Damn, Davies. She really did not want to deal with this. Don't forget to... PU? I don't know what that stands for, but milk, peanut butter, and bread. If not a suicide, Robert is the prime suspect. Even though they admitted that he had a cast iron alibi, he wasn't even in the state. I don't know if he was even in the country. Sarah Goodman's death. Robert Goodman, Sarah Goodman. Married, no children, recently moved to Boston. Wife unhappy about move. Robert travels a lot. Wife home alone. Suicide.
Do you remember any other details?
Oh, Sarah was romantic. She liked nice dinners with candles and having a song that was just for us. That night I handed her a note. The note said, Well, it was something from a song called The Taking from the Scarlet Furies. She told me several times that it was our song. So I wrote her something from those lyrics. I wish I'd paid attention to that stuff when it mattered.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. Okay. Now, before I do anything, I'm gonna regress him while at 9:30 is still in my brain. I'm pretty sure it was PM because they mentioned they were going out in the evening. 9:30. Okay. And
What did the note say? I need to gather more info. My visions are too confused. I can't just tell it to him. He'd freak out. I have to find a more creative way of doing this.
Again, I think there are ways that you could ask him that. Just say, I'm gonna ask you some questions about your wife to try and make you remember stuff. When did you first meet her? Where was your first date? Did you have a couple song? Literally, that's what all you'd need to say. Okay. Okay. Use your phone. Music. Hey, nice. Can you...
Oh, this is it. This is the song. The Taking by the Scarlet Furies.
Also, I'm going to repeat, the person singing is Erica's voice actress. Okay. Now... that. And can we... There we go.
Sorry, I thought I had set this to vibrate.
That
What about it?
song. That's our song. Oh, the note I wrote her had a phrase from that song. And though the rest I'm bound to lose, the one thing I'll take with me is you. This is strange.
It's a great song. And maybe it's a sign. I really do think I can help you, Robert.
Again, I think you'd have freaked him out less if you just asked him a few questions and then led that into, do you have a couple song? Okay. That's done. That's done. That... Okay, yeah, I think that's everything.
I remember
Nice.
now. I remember clearly. I took a picture of Sarah before we walked down to Copley Station. Sarah had that look on her face. I knew exactly what it was.
God, this station is dirty.
They need the janitor from our station. What's his name again?
Mr. Longmore. Anthony.
Anthony, yes. He's a nice man.
Yeah, he's one of the only friends I have.
Oh.
You have to make an effort to like this city.
It feels like our life is a long string of goodbyes.
And hellos. Sarah, you know this is what I do for a living. Here, I wrote this for you. I could only find a napkin. I love you, Sarah.
Your train is here.
I'll be back before you know it. That was the last time I ever saw her alive. After I found her hanging in our apartment. My job, none of it made sense anymore. You have your name now. Am I free to go, Agent Reed?
Oh, that's so sad. That her only friend in this place was a janitor at a train station that she frequented. You can go now, you must stay, you are a suspect. Again, Well, he's not a suspect in his wife's death. He wasn't here at the time that was proved. And if the guy hanging was Sarah's friend, I can't see why Robert would kill him. He didn't even remember him. You can go, Robert.
Robert, I'm going to do my best to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, thank you. For Sarah's sake. You're a kind woman. I know it's none of my business, but you mentioned a brother who'd been murdered. Whatever happened to him, let it go. Don't end up where I did.
Okay. I don't think Erica's gonna listen to him, but I appreciate what he's trying to say. Poor guy. You got anything to say, Sully?
Great job. And you didn't even need me.
I'll go run a search on Longmore. Can you give Goodman a ride?
I'll try to get into a shelter.
Oh, thanks, Sully. You're a good bloke. Okay, excuse me. Where's my mouse? Oh!
Have
Pardon?
you seen any good memories lately? I have one for you. Search for Amy Lewis. I'm sure it'll ring a bell or two. Oh. Who the hell is sending me these?
Question, what do you mean by these? This is the first one we've been sent. Unless Erica knows something that I don't. Okay. So we have 2 names to search. Okay, I'm gonna start off with Longmore.
Anthony Longmore. Worked for the T. This is our guy.
Okay, name Anthony Traven Longmore, born the 5th of... Oh god. June, July, August, September, October, November, excuse me, sorry. It's because the month and the day are swapped. It breaks me a little bit. I'm not used to seeing them written like that. Birth location, Nashville, Tennessee. Current address, 215A Edinburgh Street. Height 5'6", weight 158, eye colour blue, hair colour grey, identifying marks none. Education, Glencliff High School, graduated 1985. Belmont University 1985 to 87, incomplete. Employment, Nashville MTA bus driver 88 to 95. New York MTA subway train operator 2000 to 2004. Boston MBTA subway train operator 2004 to 2004 to the present. Should we... Okay. Oh, I get it. Where's the thing? Transferring image complete. Okie doke. And now we have to look up this Amy Lewis. She looks nice, whoever she is. Name Amy Lewis, born the 13th of April. Yes, April, 1973. Deceased the 12th of May, 2005. Birth location, Boston, Massachusetts. Last known address, 1170 Melrose... I don't know what that means. Boston, Massachusetts. Height 5'5", weight 137. Eye colour brown, hair colour brown, identifying marks none. Education, East Boston High School, graduated 91. Boston University, 91 to 95. Boston University School of Medicine, Nursing, 95 to 2001. Employment, Boston University School of Medicine, 2001 to 2003. Boston Medical Center, 2003 to 2005. See file ID, that for details pertaining to death. Okay.
Another hanging. ruled as a suicide, but I have a feeling it's another murder. I'll have to check on this case later. For now, I'll focus on the Goodman case. Who's sending me these messages?
Again, what do you mean messages? You've only been sent one. Name Amy Lewis. Cause of death, suicide, hanging. Date of incident, 12th of May, 05. Investigating officer, Corey Scazzari? I don't know how you pronounce that. Officer's report. Victim was found in her home, hung by the neck. Victim was discovered in the living room of her apartment. A nearby ottoman was used as a perch point. Striations and lividity appear somewhat inconsistent with rope placement, but this inconsistency is within acceptable limits. Neither family nor relatives of the victim could be located for questioning, nor could any appropriate parties be located and properly informed of her passing. That's sad. Occupants of surrounding apartments were questioned, but knew little to nothing of Amy Lewis. No suicide note recovered. Oh. We should tell John about this. We should absolutely tell John about this. John, buddy, thoughts and opinions, please?
McCoy?
Red?
Other hanging victims.
I just got a message in my phone pointing me to another victim. Another girl found hanged in her house 2 years ago.
So what's on your mind?
Somebody's trying to make a case out of these suicides. I think we're looking at a serial killer. Someone's got nothing better to do. Yeah, I think we're looking at a serial killer.
I think we're looking at a serial killer. The real question is, why would the killer change his patterns all of a sudden?
What do you mean?
His previous victims passed as suicides. This was an obvious murder. The killer was attacking a different ethnic group. The killer was using a different murder weapon. No, this is very troubling.
His previous victims passed as suicides. This was an obvious murder.
Guy got tired of dancing and wants to get caught?
I don't know. This seems too complicated in a way. Seems almost like a game.
It's not common, but killers do change MO from time to time.
Maybe.
And Anthony Longmore.
I found the name of the victim.
That's my Red. You have an address?
Yeah, heading there now. Coming?
Ah, no. Too many donuts. You take Sully with you.
Great.
What? He worked on the case.
Did he put you up to this?
Ain't Cupid a fat ass too?
Okay, goodbye.
I'm going to go back to my work.
Go get him, Red.
Okay, I want to get this off my chest very quickly while it's still on my mind. Killers can change MOs, but how often do they change victim types? Amy Lewis and Sarah Goodman were both young, attractive women who seemed to be physically fit, isolated from society. Anthony Longmore was a fat old man. That doesn't make sense. That absolutely does not make sense. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't like this at all.
Hey, Sully.
Hi, Erica.
Come on.
I need you to come with me.
Lunch?
Would you
Aw.
drop it with that damn lunch? We got work to do.
Give the guy
I thought
a
you didn't want me to
chance.
come with you.
Well, yeah, I do now. Hurry up before I change my mind.
Okay. Longmore's apartment. I don't suppose we could head to Amy Lewis's apartment. No, that's not an option. Okay.
I got the keys from the landlord.
2 points for diplomacy.
Hey, you know me. I'm a charmer. He mentioned that Longmore was going to move out at the end of the month. What are we looking for?
Anything that can tell us why this guy was killed.
Okay. Let's see. do we have? Lots of boxes, but he was moving. That's normal. Got a bed, his desk, a portrait, a safe, some clothes, the kitchen. Oh! The music in here is giving me the creeps. Okay, let's look at the bed.
It's a bachelor pad, all right. Longmore's 45 now. Probably never married.
Okay, so he's not as old as I was thinking he was. I thought he was in his, 70s. But still, Sarah and Amy, young women, killers don't typically change their victim types. If they're going after petite brunette women, they're not suddenly gonna go for a tall blonde. It doesn't make sense to me. Portrait?
There's only one picture decorating the entire room. This guy fits the lonely profile, all right. I bet this is his mother.
I'm getting some bad vibes.
He worked for the tea.
Okay, in the kitchen.
Doesn't seem used much. He must get a lot of takeout.
Okay, I'm just gonna check that Kitchen, Sully. Oh, the rug. I'm gonna try the safe first.
What's the combination to this thing?
I don't suppose... that would be too easy. And it's not looking like any of these have been, worn away more than the others.
What are we looking for?
Anything that can tell us why this guy was killed.
Okay. The rug.
Tacky.
Found something?
Maybe.
Hello.
What are you hiding?
Let me get down there for you.
Always a gentleman.
Aw. Thanks, Sully.
All right, give me some time to go through this.
Okay.
There has to be something here.
It's got a nice setup. God, I hope we don't find some weird shit.
Fingerprint bypass. What do I do now?
Aha! That's... Oh. Hello.
It's a memory card reader.
That's a pretty strange model.
It's a fingerprint reader.
Okay. Now then, how do I...
Okay, let's try this.
Is this gonna work?
There we go.
Thank you, Terrence. Oh, this guy. Oh. I've been ignored before, Agent Reed, but more innocents were going to die at the hands of Longmore. And I could wait no longer. I added a few things to this apartment in hopes someone would find them, but one can only wait so long for the law to catch up. Agent Davies was not so perceptive. Maybe you will see what she did not.
Who the hell is sending me these?
Samuel Sewall, 1652 to 1730. Samuel Sewall was one of the 6 judges that sentenced 19 men and women in the Salem witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts. Of all the judges, he was the only one who later repented, taking all the blame and shame for the sins he had committed by sentencing the innocent people to death by hanging. The case of Judge Sewall provides a very interesting view on how the power of governmental agencies can, if abused, act against the same people who elected them and whom they are sworn to protect. Had Samuel Sewall and his fellow judges investigated the cases further and not opted for a superstitious view, the whole tragedy could have been averted.
This guy again. Who the hell is he?
Samuel.
Samuel Sewall was one of 6 judges that sentenced 19 men and women in the Salem witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts. Of all the judges, he was the only one who later repented, taking all of the blame and shame for the sins he had committed by sentencing the innocent people to death by hanging. The case of Judge Sewell provides a very interesting view on how the power of governmental agencies can, if abused, act against the same people who elected them and whom they are sworn to protect. Had Samuel Sewell and his fellow judges investigated the cases further and not opted for superstitious view, the whole tragedy could have been averted. A memory card? Okay.
Erica, I think you've kind of missed the important thing here. Anthony Longmore was hanging people. Anthony Longmore was... He was befriending young women who were lonely so that he could gain their trust. Is that... No, I want to see, is there anything in the... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Exit. Okay, we need a memory card. Okay. We don't have one. Okay. Okay, I don't suppose... No, the key... This was a number pad, it wasn't... Oh! She's my next victim. 6 1 7 4. Now turn it. Okay.
What is all that?
Let's look at it.
Okay. Yeah, he traveled all around the country.
This file has info on 3 different women, all from Memphis. And things in here. A candy wrapper, a few long strands of hair, a long handwritten dialogue between one of the women and someone else. The women's names are Carolyn Palmer, Megan Martha, and Beth Williams.
I don't suppose, no, we can't look into these New
There
York.
are 3 women profiled in this folder, all from New York. It's full of little notes, shopping habits, places where they ate, clothes they wore most frequently. The 3 women's names are Janelle Katona, Emily Carlson, and Nadia Schwartz.
Ben.
Sarah
Boston.
Goodman, Amy Lewis, and Elizabeth Bauer. I know Sarah and Amy, so does that mean that Elizabeth was already... Ugh, damn it. She was before Sarah. There are notes in here on them, tons of details. Today I brushed up so close I was able to smell her. What? What is this?
Again, Erica, I don't think you read the computer message too close. Ooh. Elizabeth Bauer, age 32, address 730 Joy Street, occupation teacher, hanged on February... Yeah, the 7th of February 2005. I'm happy tonight. Elizabeth and I have been getting along so well, spending lots of time together. Sometimes she even calls me. I think she's someone who could make me happy, finally, and maybe I can do the same. Oh! Okay. Okay, so he... Oh god, I forget what the thing is, where you fall in love, in quotation marks, with someone from afar and you think that they're like, oh, they smiled in my... Like, you know, like, they're just smiling. They're just smiling, but according to the person, their brain goes, they're smiling at me. This is a secret message to me. Like, therefore she wants me to kill her husband and we'll live happily ever after together. Oh.
Elizabeth, it looks like Longmore had a pretty detailed fantasy life with you. Lots of notes on it. He knew where you lived, too. 730 Joy Street.
Amy Lewis, age 38, address 1170 Melrose Place. Occupation nurse, hanged on May 9th, 2011. She said she's leaving. She told me she's leaving soon. And if it's just me here, then I'll be the only one in this whole city. She likes me. She trusts me. I can persuade her to stay.
Looks like he tracked you for some time, Amy. Address is at 1170 Melrose.
Sarah Noel Goodman. He knows their middle names as well, jeez. Age 34. Address 514 Chestnut Street. Occupation housewife. Hanged on October 10th, 2008. You spend time with me, then you go spend time with your husband. Oh, I think that was thunder. How very atmospheric. Well, which is it? You can't have both, you have to pick. You pick one person and that's the person you spend your time with. Why don't you understand this? Nobody ever understands this. Yeah, he was, if I can remember what the condition is, I'll put it down in the corner here, but it's... Oh, can we cog any of this? We can't. I'm kind of glad, to be honest. But yeah, it's where people think that someone is in love with them. Typically, it's things like movie stars. You think that, you know, they're in a film and they're smiling and you think, they're smiling just for me. No, they don't even know you exist, but it's a psychological condition.
This is our guy, Longmore. So he's kept a file on himself? Let's see. Looks like he worked in public transportation in New York and Memphis. He was charting his weight every few days. He has a detailed account list of all the movies he's seen this year, and women he noticed while in the theater. I'll look at those other cases in more detail later. I want to focus on the case at hand, and I think I have all the info I need with the Boston profiles. Damn it, this was right under my nose.
It was, and with that, I am just about out of time for this episode. We will continue trying to figure out just what is going on here. So Longmore was a serial killer, but who the hell killed Longmore? Hopefully we'll find out in the next episode, so please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista, thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.